How about now? Can you hear me now? How about now? How's that? Oh, sweet. Alright, cool. Thanks. Thanks for letting me know. Like I was saying, this is the first stream I've done in like almost 2 years, so I'm not sure if all my stuff is in the right place. It's been a minute, but hi. Thank you for being here. Good to see you, Ben. Looks like you're the only one here, but hey, thanks for being here anyway. Let me try turning myself up a little bit. Let's see. How about this? Is that better? It's just a tad. I can also turn myself up on my mic directly. How about this, potentially? Is that better? Or I just speak up. That's always an option as well. Sweet. Cool. Alright, so, well, I mean, you're one of the people who is likely, if any of us are going to be on this realm, you're one of them who would be here. So I'm glad to have you here for suggestions, and to hear what kind of stuff that you might want to see. So yeah, I'm gonna set this up. I've got a seed that I'm gonna be using, or at least that I'm gonna punch in. I'm not sure if it's the one I'll actually use. I'm looking for something that's like a chill, like taiga biome or something like that. Something that feels Christmassy and like spruce trees and that kind of stuff. So what should I call this? Firstly, like Christmas something, holiday build, Christmas trees. What do you think I should call the realm? Something Christmassy. Christmas time is here is pretty. That's pretty standard. I just call it Christmas. That's just kind of boring. Just straight up Christmas. Maybe I could call it. Oh crap! I keep clicking the OBS on my other screen, and I don't have this thing set up smoothly to like let me do both things. So it keeps like closing down my monitor, my main monitor when I do that. So if I do a little, like, it's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve getting back on the wheel here. Christmas. Let's just go Christmas build. Christmas time is here is good. Here, I'll do this. In fact, I'll just do the whole thing in caps. How about that? There we go. Wait, I think that's spelled wrong. Christmas. No, that's right. It just looks weird. Yeah. Christmas time is here. Sick. Okay, we're gonna go survival mode. I'm probably gonna be switching that to creative because we're going to end up basically setting it up. Oh hell yeah, we are super excited. So yeah, I'm going to be setting this up like the same way we did a couple years ago, where we're not going to be starting straight survival. We tried that the last couple of years and it hasn't really worked. So we're going to go just full on. Like I'm going to set it up in creative. I'm just going to basically load in boxes full of stuff for us to start with, and we'll just go from survival mode there forward. Because we haven't done this in a few years, and I think we need something to like make this season feel special and feel interesting. So that's what we're going to do this. So I've got commands on. I've got normal difficulty because we're not going for like a, ultra survival mode thing here. We're just going to have some fun. And game mode survival. I'll switch that once we get in. I might have to do some other, stuff that's I might have to move around some stuff. This is the seed I found that looked like a pretty good taiga biome kind of thing. Yeah, we're all really out of practice. So I'm not sure what exactly... I'm gonna see if I can change the biome once I get in there, but again, it's been a long time. I'm out of practice for how this all works, so I may end up having to. We may just have to do some snowificating ourselves, if you will. So I've got structures are on. Bonus chest is off, but this is hopefully this will be a good seed for us to start with. Under more, I don't think I'm gonna need anything here. Game rules are all pretty standard. I'm not going to edit anything here at the moment. Maybe I'll tweak stuff later. I should definitely try to get single player sleep on at some point because that'll be so much better. But I'll worry about that later on. I'll update stuff and tweak it once the game's actually going. For now, we're just going to create the world and see what it does. So this is a Java realm for anybody either here or, well, it's just you. So anybody who's watching the replay, if anybody does, this is a Java realm. I'm going to be playing on this realm with a couple of my brothers. We like to, on occasion, over the holidays and things, load up a world and just kind of go ham, just making a bunch of builds. We typically do a spooky build over Halloween, and then we kind of roll that over into Christmas. We kind of dropped the ball on the spooky build this year, so we're going to go straight into Christmas build with this realm. So this is having a hard time connecting to the realm, which is weird for me. I've actually got some pretty decent internet connection, I think. So here's hoping this thing loads pretty soon. I probably should have done this, like loaded it up once beforehand, just simply to have things preloaded, make sure nothing was really strange. But yeah, here we are. Oh, I've still got my pirate outfit. I should probably change that. Let me see. No, I'm not gonna change it now. I'll change it later. This is the outfit that I had on a different world we were playing on for a while, because I was doing like a whole like piratey thing, and so now I'm gonna have to make up like a Christmas skin. Yeah, there's a lot of spruce. The hope was that this would be like primarily a spruce biome. So I'm gonna have to get up somewhere high so I can look out and I can see what exactly we're working with here. And then once I find a place that I like, I'll kind of set that up as our camp, and I'll switch to creative mode, and I'll just start putting together boxes, because that's how we're gonna have to do this. So yeah, man, like. I always forget how like the early game punching trees just feels like it takes so long to get going. Anyway, so I don't need that many. Dang, I'm really out of practice here. Hey guys, thanks for joining the chat. We're basically putting together a I don't need that. What am I doing? We're basically putting together a Christmas build for me and my brothers. We're gonna be making up like just a bunch of Christmas builds and having a kind of holiday map. So I'm going to be setting it up. Effectively what I'm doing first is I'm looking for a place to set up, and then I'm going to switch into creative mode, and we're basically just going to put together a bunch of boxes of a bunch of starter equipment, probably some basic enchanted gear and stuff like that, because we're not doing this for the sake of survival mode. We're doing this for the sake of making some fun Christmas builds together. So we're just going to basically bypass all of like the early game grind for the sake of just having some fun. So I'm gonna find a place to set up here. I specifically found us a taiga biome. We're gonna have to make it all snowy at some point. I know there's some snow around, namely over there. Oh look, I forgot I was using Optifine. That's sick. But yeah, that's effectively what we're gonna be doing here. So thanks for joining, hanging out. Dang. Okay. What do you guys think of like the new like livestock types? Like I'm really unsure what I think about these guys. I like the fact that there are different ones. It's just I played with the classic ones for so long that it's been kind of a weird transition trying to get used to all this new stuff. I've legitimately only played a couple of times each over the last couple of updates, so I'm not really well versed in all the new stuff. Hello Merlin. Crafty Merlin, my good brother of mine. No spoilers, but you're gonna be on this map as well. If you guys see a place, by the way, that you think would be a great place to set up shop, then shout it out. I'm not really clear on like which variants are which. I see what you said about the cold variants. I just know there are a lot of different kinds. I haven't been able to keep straight which ones are which, but I know there's a lot. All right, I should probably. Ooh, look at that. Is that moss? I think that's moss. We got looks like we got a bit of a lush cave down below. That's pretty sick. I should invite you guys to the realm. Maybe I should wait until I actually get things set up for that. Ooh, azalea, sick. All right, I need. Okay, firstly, early game stuff. What I need is just survivability. So let's grab. I guess I don't really need much in the way of food. I'm gonna be prepping all that stuff beforehand. I get myself stuck in playing survival mode. So once I cut down this tree, I'll switch it to creative, and we'll go for a quick fly, and we'll see what there is to see. All right, let's just cut this down. Yeah, I agree with that on the Highland cows looking cool. I'm not sure I've seen the gray chickens though. I don't really have an opinion on that. I actually haven't even seen the pale oak forest and like the creaking. That's what it's called, the creaking and all that other stuff. I haven't even gotten a chance to see that in game yet. I've seen the wood types in other people's builds and stuff, but I haven't actually been there myself. Okay. I just realized I didn't start recording this stream, so I'm not going to have this to post up anywhere else. I'll have to have this thing automatically post to YouTube if that's a possibility. Anyway, if not, then that's, no big deal. This is basically a test stream. Okay, let's switch to game mode. I don't remember the quick command for game mode. Hang on. Let's do this properly. Game mode, creative. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see what we have. What we have to work with here. That's just typical taiga stuff over that direction. Over here, we've got ourselves a massive ravine, which is going to be a lot of fun. I know some of you guys really like to play in ravines, so that's going to be a fun time. Look at all that. And of course, we know that does end up going out here into the lush cave. So that's going to be pretty good. We do have a decent snowy area, but this isn't all snow. I'm considering looking into trying to just remake the biomes into something else, if that's something that's easy to do. I don't remember if that's easy or not, but I may try to do that. If not, we can also always switch through a couple of different maps if this one's not going to work. We got a pretty good swatch here. Drink of choice. It's basically a hot toddy. Just a bit of some spiced honey that I had. Some lemon juice, a couple lemon slices, a cinnamon stick, and some whiskey and hot water. Just a straight up hot toddy, pretty much. It's good for the voice, and it's also it's nice. I'm trying to get myself in the cold month vibes. I haven't accepted the fact that it's already November, and that's just insane to think about. So okay, so it looks like the snowy biome actually goes on for quite a ways. It's not really hilly. I was hoping for it to have more mountains and things. I'm thinking that I definitely want to be somewhere snowy. I want like from the moment that you load in every day, I want for it to feel like Christmas, because I'm really trying to go for like getting the feel, because I know that we've all kind of been out of practice for a couple of years. So in order to really try and get everybody hyped up, I want to be able to load into a place that feels like Christmas and really get everybody stoked from the start. So yeah, maybe up here, on this ice pile, maybe that'll be a good spot. Maybe, let's see. I mean, over here in one of these higher areas for sure. Do you think I should actually try to build some kind of a structure, or do you think that I should start with just keep it very simple, basically just a little platform with boxes? How crazy should I go here? Because I could spend some time and just build up a castle, or like a little sort of a fort kind of thing. I apologize this is taking so long to load in. Yeah, that'd be good. You're talking about this valley when you mentioned the valley. This is a nice spot. Let's see what it looks like from down below. Okay, so from down here, it does look. It's kind of hard to see out of it. I mean, I guess if I made a platform right around here, but then the question would be how to get from place to place. I want to make sure it's easy to travel from place to place, because when we actually play, we aren't going to be playing in creative. We're going to be actually playing in survival. once we actually get there. So let's see. I didn't see on like the place where I found this seed. I didn't see him say anything about villages or anything of the sort. There's a nice peak. This is a nice area. Maybe this might have to be where we load in. Right up here. Just build a platform right in the center there. Like right around here. Maybe with like some kind of like an archway or something with like some ivy or something heading out this direction. And then of course the first thing I'll have to do is gonna have to be build like a road heading down. Yeah, I know, peaks. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe up here in the peaks, like over there, we can see some other stuff in the distance. This would be a decent spot. Cool. I suppose let's get started then. Let me just let's see. What should I go for? Should I go for maybe not that. How do I open up my inventory? I don't remember. Dang, it's been so long. Okay. Let's see. Spruce? Oh man, I realized there's so many pieces I haven't built with. I guess I do have like a fence. Wait, is this a new fence gate or do I have like a pack on? No, I think that's part of a pack that I have on. Let's make it. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's part of a pack that I have on right now. That's fine. Let me see what this looks like. Yeah, that's a pack. Okay, let's go for spruce. I think to start with. Spruce logs. Okay. Why can't I order my normal inventory? What am I missing here? I genuinely am forgetting which buttons to push for stuff. Okay. Nice. Okay. Oh, I turned on cinematic mode. Oh, what button was that? There we go. Okay. Of course, it's just this because I'm in survival. Did they completely change the survival inventory comparatively to creative? Like I know that there's it's weird. Let me try switching this to game mode. Okay, now it's normal. Okay, weird. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Let's go for spruce planks. Let's just go planks and logs first and just get started with that. Let's see. Let's go about the height. I kind of want to be at the height of that once we're all done. I wouldn't mind if there was a step or two that went up. Let's start by just sort of clearing the area, I suppose. Just sort of clear it out a bit. For starters, what kind of Christmas builds do you think that we should go for? Do you think we should go for a theme this year, or do you think that we should be? Think we should keep it pretty, open-ended and generic? Should I try to theme this starting area in some kind of a way? You think? What's the most enjoyable, or I guess maybe not enjoyable, maybe nostalgic is what we're looking for. What's a good nostalgic, fun, just kind of casual, chill Christmas vibe? Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, so how do we want to do this? Do I want to let's start with just a ring around it, around the outside. I think that's a good place to start. And then from there we may become more, you know, particular. That's true. Oh yeah, Grinch Hut. Oh man, that's actually, like, on this one here you're talking about. That's a really good idea. That's like basically the Grinch's house. It's pretty great. I like that. I mean, we could go like Susie and Christmas is pretty cool. That's a pretty cool vibe. You can do a lot of fun stuff with that in Christmas, or with like Minecraft's physics and stuff. You could go for like Rankin Bass Christmas, like the old like Rudolph cartoons and stuff like that. Make everything look like clay, like basically just build out a various colored terracotta. Yeah, just like straight up Whoville. Yeah. I think what Whoville was, if I remember right, basically just like oval like dome hills, like those creepy creepy little like rounded hut things that people have found in forests. It's like the first thing that I think of because my brain goes to folklore. Yeah. That kind of stuff. Alright. So, there's kind of a ring, roughly. I'll continue it the rest of the way around, and then we'll kind of see how we feel. Whomsville? That's fun. Whomsville be the place like where everybody speaks properly. Everybody only speaks in proper nouns. I feel like the enchanting setup in Whomsville would be really nice. Like they would have like those nice enchanted books, you know. All right, this is looking good. I'm definitely gonna have to make sure to give us stuff for a beacon, because that is gonna make mining so much easier for all of us just to like go tear through whatever we want. Something else to start thinking about, like as we're kind of discussing like thinking about like what to call it and stuff. What kind of stuff do you guys think we should put into our like starting shulker boxes? Because I want to make sure that we like we're set up to where it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel unrewarding to play the game, right? I want it to feel still like rewarding to play, but at the same time I don't want to have that like a dull like survival, like I really don't want for it to feel like you have to have the survival like gameplay skills. I just want to just start building from day one. So what materials should I put into shulkers? And as I see them, I'll start making a list, and we'll basically put together the we'll basically place an order for our shulker boxes. I might have to make one of my shulker box like storage systems that I like to make. Although that's much better on Bedrock, I think, than it is on Java. And there's much better ways to use a shulker storage system in Java than there was in Bedrock. That may have changed for all I know. I have not kept up with the updates, so I'm not sure what kind of bug fixes they put in for those sorts of redstone contraptions. Another pathways. Sick. You said basic supplies, tools, food. I'm just going to start a list. I've got my handy-dandy index card that I'm going to be writing on because I am a high-tech man. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, obviously food. Should I make a specific kind of food? Like I know sometimes like when we've done spooky build, we've done just pumpkin pies. I don't think there's anything that's really thematic in Christmas. Maybe we'll just go golden carrots. Is probably the simplest solution there. Let's see. As for basic tools, are we going like full netherite, full enchanted? Is that what you're thinking? All right, I think that's enough building, or tearing down rather. I really don't want to like tear down this whole area. That really wasn't my intention, and so hopefully this doesn't like ruin this. I think it's a good place to start though. Let's do this. Let's surround it in. Yeah. Golden ham isn't a thing. I mean, you know, green eggs and ham would be classic. But, you know, golden ham isn't the thing. I don't think netherite is too much of a handout because I think that it's like we're not going for survivability, like I said. So let's go golden carrots. Netherite tools. That would be fun. Yeah, you should. I definitely have wanted to get back to streaming for a long time. It's been a while that I've wanted to, and I haven't like made the time. Like I realize this is really late to start a stream for like just for like the typical like work schedule that I have day to day. Let's make this day. Set time. Oh, I remember how to do this. Time set day. There we go. I'll slowly get better at the creative mode thing. But yeah, like this is kind of late for like a work night kind of thing. But you know, you make sacrifices for the things you love, right? So we'll see. I definitely want to stream more on this world as we go do this. Okay, let me go for some spruce. Or should I go dark oak? Dark oak has really got like a nice rich color to it. Yeah, we'll go dark oak and mangrove whenever we get to accents. But for the moment, we're just gonna basically border this thing in dark oak. I'm gonna try to keep it like a roughly roughly 3 to 4 blocks diagonal all the way around. So let's just make sure it's that first, and then I'll go border everything. At least 3 blocks. It can be more than that. That's fine. But then this one's like a 3 block straight line. I think that's a good width to start with, and then I'll end up placing our stuff like around the circle. Maybe I'll pick like a different peak for each of us, and like just set up like a pile of gifts around different areas. I could build a massive tree in the middle just have our stuff like gifts, but it turns out that would be a lot of work, and I'm not prepared for that kind of work. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But I'll pattern it to look like gifts. I'm fine with that. All right, this really feels like I demolished this, so I apologize for that. I'll spend some time trying to rebuild this area a little bit once we actually get started playing. Let's do this. Just sort of try to make it look a little rougher, a little less, cut into. Nice. Okay. Huh. Nice. Now I don't remember, Ben. Have you streamed before? I actually can't remember. Like if you have, I didn't realize you had, and I haven't seen you stream. I think that'd be cool. Like if you're interested in doing that, like we could both like stream this consistently. But like I just hadn't ever seen like I'm not sure whether you've had like the setup or whatever in the past. Okay. Yeah, this would be a great opportunity to like, officially like make it happen, like get it started. Okay, so that's a pretty good space to start. I think this is 3 diagonal in all places, so we'll just start by a simple border. Let's do that. go. Now, I'm thinking maybe... Okay, that's fair. Laptop is sometimes kind of a hard thing to stream on. Just because, like you said, storage and sometimes other things like I mean, power level. Like I realize there's a lot of really good gaming computers now that like can 100% hold up. But I know that that's always something to consider, regardless of like what you have. It's always a smart thing to keep in mind what exactly you have to work with. Oh yeah, redstone stuff. Are you talking about like a box of redstone stuff? Just kind of all the components. So these are each going to be a box. So we're going to have a box of food, a box of netherite tools, which is also going to include armor and elytra, enchanted, and things like that. We'll come back to that. And then we're going to have a box of redstone. Sculk components. Yes, Sculk. Is Sculk going to be separate from redstone, or I don't remember how many different components there are. I think that might be too many to try to fit into the redstone box. Rockets for sure. So we're gonna have like a flight box, a food box, a gear box, and a redstone box, and then of course just like a box of generic like loose materials, like stuff like extra shulker shells, a box full of like various like just spruce and wood stuffs, things like that. Do you think we should go for stuff like a full box of wool? Do you think that would be necessary? Because like some of this stuff, like the idea isn't just that everything's given away. The idea is that like basically we're starting with all the materials we could need, so we don't have to do the grindy stuff. But like, should we still rely on, let's say, somebody to make a kelp farm so we can have stuff that looks like gifts? Should we rely on somebody to actually make a sheep farm so we actually have the unending wool? Or should we just generate that stuff so we can just start building? What do you think about that kind of stuff? Should I like should I prepare like boxes full of all the materials we need, or just like the tools with which you can make the farms for those things, right? Yeah, I think collecting some resources is important. It's just a question of how much. All right, so here's currently our starting area. Do you think I should give this like a glass layer over top, and maybe something underneath the glass, maybe like frog lights or something to look all Christmassy, or should I just put water or ice underneath, or just keep it open? Like what's gonna be like a cool like Christmas under like under the floor decorative look? I could do like spruce and glowstone and things like that, just to make it like look like it's full of greenery. But I could just do glass or just do ice or something like that as well. Okay, look, I already talked about the giant tree. I'm not putting a giant tree in the middle, but the glass, glass and wool, not bad. Now, when you say keep it open, do you mean like just open, just like this, like just like you can just fall in kind of open, or should I put maybe a railing? I kind of you know what I should do? I should make this look like an ice skating rink. That would be interesting. Presents. Now, are you talking about like presents underneath, like just like piles of presents underneath? Is that what you mean, or like piles of presents like let's say if this was like a pile of various shulker boxes full of stuff, like piles of presents on the outsides, or piles of presents underneath the ice as a decorative thing, like big presents? What exactly do you mean by presents? All right. I think what we should do is definitely like big presents on the surface. Oh, you meant presents with a tree. Well, yeah, we're not doing the tree. But I think what I'll do is big presents. Well, the shulker boxes kind of look like presents. Decorative presents. I think are probably best because I can make them really big and I can make them like just big blocks of wool with like stripes of different colors and stuff. If we were to just, and like it's still just going to be piles of shulkers, and we'll also decorate this place up to look very Christmassy with like, you know, garland and all kinds of stuff up here. But for underneath the ice, like if I make this like a sheet of ice or like a sheet of ice, but it's going to be glass, because glass is a little bit more durable than ice is, it's really easy to accidentally put holes into the actual ice blocks. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. I'll just start with. I'm just gonna start with the ice itself, and then we'll kind of see how visible things are underneath. If I even have to decorate anything, I might make it underlit and just keep the bottom very simple, if that's the case. But let's see. I should probably go for some kind of stained glass. Probably white or light gray. White is usually pretty festive looking. I don't really want it to be too colored. I don't want it to be too distracting. Maybe I'll go like a mix of different kinds of glass. This is one of the occasions that I feel like it'd be probably really good to know how to use like World Edit and stuff, which I don't have any of that kind of stuff. I definitely should learn at some point. Like if I want to get back into this game, and start to make like this more of a consistent thing, I should definitely learn how to do some of the more proper, you know, modded stuff. So, geez, this feels very dangerous. Someday. Yeah. There's always tomorrow for dreams to come true. I think I heard that in a Christmas movie. Do you ever think about the fact that that song, from the old Rankin Bass Christmas, Rudolph, where she sings "There's always tomorrow for dreams to come true," it's basically her saying, procrastination's fine. Like, I've always found that kind of funny. Like, you know, it sounds nice when you like read the lyrics on a page, and then when you think about it, basically she's saying, you know what? Don't sweat it. You can always do it tomorrow. Which, like, you know, I guess, but like, you know, I'm not sure Rudolph would have become the entrepreneur he is today if he just waited till tomorrow to let his bright light shine. Something like that. I don't know. All right, it's altogether too dark in here. I need to get some lights. Frog lights. Let's go with those because those are a little cleaner looking. I could go. Oh man, you hate that song? Well, that sucks that you hate that song. Hey man, thanks for the follow. Alright, so let's see. Should I go glowstone or frog lights? Maybe a mix. What's making noises? I totally thought I just heard a noise in game. Like a little like a yelp or something. Let's do this. Set time, no, not that. Time, set, day. Nice. Yeah, I appreciate the offer, man. But yeah, I'm just getting back in this whole thing. I'm not currently looking for any kind of graphic art, but hey, I appreciate the offer. All right, let's see. I think what I'm going to start with is just simply to make visibility easier at night, because we're definitely going to be up here playing this when it's nighttime in game, is starting with like backlighting this ice, this snow, or the glass, like just simply around the border, like bordering the inside with frog lights and glowstone is probably going to be the move. And we'll see from there kind of where we go. Again, I'm kind of using the rule of 3 to some degree, where I'm basically going like 3 blocks deep. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. You know, best of luck for you, dude. Okay. Go almost all the way around. Maybe if it looks good, I actually will put stripes of different colored glass, like reds and greens and stuff. I feel like it'll be gaudy, but we'll give it a look and see. All right, let's see here. This is gonna be a little rough to get in here. Let's just fill that. Don't really need that. There we go. I mean, I guess it's possible. All right. Oops, not there. All right, so far on our list, I think we've got a pretty good starting list. With like rockets, food, redstone, tools and gear. I guess pretty much everything else we should be able to gather in game. I know frog lights are kind of a pain, but we've done them before. And you know, it's not like it's Christmas tomorrow. We still have the entire month and next, so I think there's plenty of time. Alright, so let's just go with just straight frog lights and see if see how like obnoxious that looks. Good. Sick. Alright, so let's see. Okay. The first thing I saw in my head when I saw this shape is the sus guy. Like, this kind of, to me, the first thing in my brain was just the Among Us character. When I saw this, I'm like, oh shoot, no. I had no intentions of participating in the meme. But here we are. Alright. Now, I do like this glass. I really like the white stained glass, but when I have borders off, no, I'm not gonna make it the sus guy. I'm not gonna make it the Among Us guy now. I'm not that good at like pixel art. I'm not gonna try. That would just be pathetic. I'm sorry that was your least favorite part of tonight. But no, stop it. Not Among Us. What the crap? The only issue with this glass, when it's borderless, is that it's actually really hard to see. So I should probably use some darker glass on occasion, at the very least, just to make it easier to see. Maybe now that I've got like maybe I go to 3 blocks in, and then maybe switch to like a dark gray, just like a standard gray glass. Make it 3 blocks on a diagonal, same to the outside. Try to keep the like the rules the same all across the board. There we go. And then maybe from there, let's do this there. Okay. Then from there we will maybe switch it to a darker glass so that like from a distance you see the two-tone nature of the floor and it actually, you know, stands out a little better. Okay, good. This is starting to look good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. We're currently at 3 out. Pretty much everywhere, I think. Looking at the farthest points from corner to corner. Okay, there we go. Oh, shoot. Definitely use it there. One, 2, 3. Okay, here we need a little more. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So some parts of this don't have to be out this far. Just there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there. There we go. I want to try and sort of match the shape of the outside. Oh. Okay. Which one? Which one? Arrow of Luck? What does that do? Arrow of Oozing? Did I miss something? What are all of these? Arrow of Weaving? I don't know what any of these are. I know what the Wind Charge is. Interesting. Correct. I see llamas, I kill llamas. Don't ask questions. Okay. That's fair. Oh, no, don't be sad about the llamas. The llamas deserved it. Every llama deserves it. If you've ever met a llama, you know. Those guys suck. Okay. Maybe I should do like multiple tones of glass. Don't be sad. Be glad. Like let's say if I was to go with the yellow stained glass, let me just see what this looks like. Like if I was to like over the light, add the yellow stained glass, would that actually make it look like it's illuminating more? You know? Like if I was to do this, maybe I was to go with not the yellow, the orange maybe? Like let's say if I did this, right? We better to have orange on the inside. Like let's say like if I did this, right? And then maybe like yellow sort of coming out of it in different ways. Like try to kind of make it look like it's shining. Does that work? If I were to do something like that, like to kind of just make it like all the way around. Like maybe basically take these like 3 block wide sort of path of white glass and turn it into this pattern roughly across the whole thing. Would that actually look good in the long like in the grand scheme of things? Like I feel like it would make it look like it was glowing a little differently. I kind of wish there was like a paler yellow color. Something that was a cross between the white and the yellow glass. Just a pale glass. Would probably, like, that would be a really nice transition between the white and the yellow. I could, like, kind of stretch it out. So let's do that. And then kind of like as you get close to the center, then like the darker the glass gets. So like the light comes from the frog lights. I think I like that. Hopefully it doesn't just look like a straight line of orange, which it might. If it does, we'll just kind of intersperse it with some yellow. Break it up every few blocks. Usually following like odd numbers is really helpful for that. Oops, not that. Let's go yellow. Let's actually, oh gosh, not that. Let's do, where's my character? There we go. Offhand. Why can't I reach my offhand? What? Okay. Okay. There we go. Sweet. Wait. This, I didn't think this through. flying around. There's a fox somewhere out here screaming. That's a creeper. There he is. He's making noise. Hey, buddy. What do foxes eat? I don't know if foxes eat anything in-game. I mean, like, they'll eat chickens. Like, they'll kill chickens, but I don't think they actually eat anything. Alright, now's the time when we're gonna have to do some texturing. Which is interesting to do texturing of light. That's kind of something I don't normally texture. Normally, like, when I have done texturing in the past, it's usually texturing like different kinds of stone types with each other, like for example, putting like a gradient of like andesite within smooth stone, or something, or like breaking up like smooth stone. Oh, what the heck, dude? Come on, have some dignity. All right, look, buddy. Look. Come over here. Here, eat. There you go. Enjoy. Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. There we go. Alright. That's a good sort of concept. I should probably follow like the gradient, like you see how like on here, like you can sort of see the light dissipating as it moves along the blocks. I should say like the darkest bluest areas for this like the dark glass. And as I kind of hit lighter gradients underneath, I also do the same with the light above. That'll give it a really good sort of contrast, so I can kind of follow the natural patterns of the light distribution in game as kind of my metric for how exactly I'm going to like design this. So I'm gonna have to follow that. So for the sake of future reference, because I want to get started on the shulker boxes here soon. Because that's really the main thing for today, and then I'll have to do like another, like I'm gonna have to focus another stream specifically on like decorating, because like the decorating is like that's a large, you know, piece of everything. So let's do this, and we'll just kind of leave this as a proof of concept for now. I just won't run off the edge. Oh, look, a witch. And I'm just gonna start assembling. I'm just gonna start assembling these shulker boxes. All right, so let's go and get this going. I don't remember where shulker boxes are gonna be found. Let's see. It's not under redstone stuff. Tools and utilities. Silverfish. Okay. Let's just search. Shulker shells. Oh, duh. Let's just go with the shulker box. Alright. There we go. Give us a place to start. Now, Now you've done these before. The last time we set this up, Crafty Merlin, you last time we did this, you set this up. So I'm pretty sure I have to set up a full enchanting setup, and I have to get all the books, and I do have to put the books on the items in order to enchant them. I can't like combine it in some other kind of easier way. Is that correct if I say that? Let's grab some. Let's start with the food box, because that one's a really easy one to fill. Golden carrots. Golden apples? No, we'll just go straight golden carrots and some kind of meat. Steak or chicken? Let's go steak. I think those are good. Oh, I need full stacks. What am I talking about? There we go. Full stacks. Not that. There we go. All right, let's do that. All right, sweet. Cool. I can't copy and paste though, which kind of sucks. There's got to be an easier way to do this. I guess just that. Just grab and place, I suppose. There we go. Under food. Awesome. I get the tooltip, or not tooltip. What's it called? The one, the one like mod, where I can just like click and drag on these, make this a lot easier. There we go. We'll go with that. And now I should be able to basically copy. There we go. And now I can place multiple of these, each one being full of stuff. Perfect. So I only really have to set it up once. Alright, so now I got the food. Food is check. Rockets are going to be the next easiest thing. Or I guess rockets would be just as easy as those. And then redstone is going to be kind of complex. Let's go for... Or not complex, just kind of a bit of a pain. Let's see, rockets. Flight duration... Do you think flight duration 1 consistently is going to be the best bet for us? There we go. Oh, those are flight duration 2. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Now there are so many other things in the game now. I feel like I'm gonna have to make sure that I don't like forget to add stuff, like new stuff. Stuff like not recover. Well, maybe the recovery compass, but the stuff like bundles, and like that kind of stuff. I don't know if anybody wants harnesses for ghasts or things like that. But those are the kinds of things that I need to make sure I don't forget to add into this. Oh, I should totally put copper lanterns or copper bulbs as part of the decoration in here. That'd be cool. I should definitely go for like a steampunk Christmas kind of vibe. That'd be fun. Okay, sweet. So now we have food, and we got a bunch of rockets. Awesome. Those are going to be really easy to copy and paste. Okay. So now I've got rockets checked. Redstone and tools and gear. So now we're going to be getting into tools and gear. This is going to be a little bit this could be a little bit of a pain to do. But we'll start with just one of each set of each piece of netherite armor. Look at that. Oh, yeah. I'm super good at this game. Oh, yeah. One of each simple weapons. Let's go with a bow. I don't know if anybody's into crossbows. Any of us who are going to be on this map. But I'll go with just a bow for now. I can always add a crossbow later. Let's go with one of each tool type. Let's see. Oh, that's under this one. Netherite pick. And netherite hoe. What am I missing? Oh, shovel. I'm missing the shovel. Awesome. There we go. Okay. So now we have these. I'm going to set these in there, and we're going to go from there to start working on enchanting everything. So let's take a look at the enchantments. See what all we need for the armor. Let's see, that's going to be under here. Okay, so armor. Do you have any opinions on the best enchantments for armor and how to spread those out? And I should probably give templates too, like smithing templates. Let's go for, let's see. When it comes to armor, should we go, let's see. Density is specifically for the hammer. Or the mace, whatever it's called. Let's go for, let's see, Depth Strider for shoes, for sure. Fire protection. I think we usually want to go for mostly just protection, right? Piercing, power 4, protection 4. There we go. Is there a protection 5? Is there a protection 5 book? There should be. Sharpness 5. Or no, sorry, protection only goes up to 4. I haven't played this in so long, I forgot. Swift sneak on the pants, absolutely. Unbreaking. So now we have, okay, let's look at what we got so far. So we're just going to go for, sort of categorize this by item type, right? Let's see, can I do, okay, I need to get more unbreaking books. Okay. So let's go with, unbreaking. Right now, we're just going to focus on armor and that sort of stuff. So I currently have, let's say, okay, let's just do this. Let's separate these into different categories. So we're going to go helmet, chest plate, boot, legs, and boots. There we go. These are going to be on legs. Protection on everything. So let's grab some more protection books. That's the wrong one. Now, I know protection only is maxed out on 3 items. You don't even need protection on the 4th item. So maybe we go to something else for the last one. Maybe a blast protection would be best for that last one. Or fire protection. I'm not sure what people will be messing with the most. But we'll go with maybe a... Let's see. Blast protection is good because of creepers. Let's go blast protection for the last one. Let's go protection, 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 and blast protection. Let's just say that. We need mending on everything. Mending, mending, and mending. Sweet. Awesome. Depth Strider is going to go on shoes. All right, now we're going to look for just helmet-specific stuff. Respiration. Aqua Affinity. There we go. I think that's all the specific helmet stuff. And then for chest plate, that's pretty straightforward. Unbreaking, protection, and mending. I don't think there's anything else you can really put onto that. We should also get enchantments on Elytra, which is going to be basically the same as these. We'll get to Elytra later. One thing at a time. I forgot about resin. That's going to be another great one to use this season. All right, now let's look for specifically things for the legs, which is swift, sneak. I think is the only thing. Soul speed for the boots. So we'll just go straight to the boots. So soul speed for the boots. Let's see. What else do I have here that's specifically boot related? There's, of course, Frostwalker. I'm not going to do Frostwalker because I find oftentimes that gets in the way of doing things on the water that I actually want to do on the water. So I'm going to keep that off. If somebody wants it, then we'll get it for him specifically. But I'm not going to make a big deal about it initially. I think I already have Depth Strider. All right. I think the soul speed might be the only thing, honestly. We got Depth Strider, and we got our other typical stuff. That might be all we need. So, I think we have everything here. Protection, mending, unbreaking. Yeah, that should be it. Let's grab an anvil. And get started getting to work. Let's see, where's the anvil? There we go. Okay. All right, let's set. There we go. Set it to be daytime. And let's get started enchanting, shall we? There we go. Unbreaking, mending, and protection. Nice. All right, chest plate. Oh wait. Oh, I put all the shoe stuff on the helmet. Oh no, no, that was bad. Nope. Okay. Let me try that again. There's the helmet. Let's go grab the books again for the helm, or for the shoes, rather. Let's see. Shoes, unbreaking, mending, blast protection. I think I actually might, instead of doing blast protection, I might do projectile protection. I get hit by skeletons a lot, so I'm going for that. Let's see. Depth Strider. I think that's it. Oh, let's see. Soul Speed. There we go. Okay, that should be it. Let's try this again. These are specifically on the boots. Right. You know what? All right. Cool. Now let's go for that. Leggings. Awesome. So we now have armor. There we go. Now for weapons. Let's see. Of course, everything's going to have unbreaking and mending on it. For a sword. This might be somewhat an opinionated thing, but what's the best what's the best enchantments to have on a sword? Of course, we have let's see, I'd say sharpness in general. Smite is good for undead, but I think sharpness in general is better just across the board. Sweeping edge, perhaps. Let's see. I've already got mending. Flame sword. Knockback. Looting. Fire aspect. No, wait. Flame goes on a bow. Fire aspect is for the sword. That's right. Oh, and I also need feather falling for the shoes. I almost forgot that. Okay, I think that's it. Let's grab these. Let's quickly add. There we go. All right, there's a top tier sword. And now we continue looking at everything for a pickaxe. So we're going to go on breaking, mending. We actually are going to need to do two different kinds of pickaxes. We're going to go one silk and one fortune. Let's see, efficiency 5. Let's see, I know I saw fortune. Okay, there we go. It's got silk touch and fortune are on the right side. Got unbreaking, mending, and efficiency. I thought there was something else. Unbreaking, efficiency, mending. Of course, you got your, like silk touch and fortune. And then what else? think that's it. Yeah. Pickaxe is pretty straightforward. I totally should have doubled these up though. Breaking, mending, fortune, and efficiency. There we go. There we go. Now for the other stuff. On breaking and mending on your axe. So we're going to go for axe right now. We're still going to go with a, let's see, mending, unbreaking, efficiency, and should I go sharpness on the axe as well? I think so. I think that's all. I don't think that the axe gets knocked back or anything like that. There we go. And now the shovel. Unbreaking, mending. Is it better to have fortune or to have silk touch on a shovel? I think probably silk touch. Unbreaking, mending, silk touch. Let's see. Oh, efficiency, duh. There we go. The same good old 4. And finally, the hoe. Unbreaking, mending. I think the hoe, I'm not sure the hoe matters if it has silk touch, but I'm still going to give it silk touch. Well, do we want silk touch? Well, see, like, if you're using the hoe, let's say, like, to cut down leaves or to cut down things like that, you might want silk touch for the sake of the leaves, but you also might want fortune for the sake of saplings. I'm going to say silk touch. And if we want to switch it to something else later, that's an option. So that's just how we're going to go about this. And efficiency. We're going to, you know, what I'm realizing as I'm going over this stuff is we're definitely going to have to make an XP farm of some sort. Because this is just a lot of stuff to mend. That's all. Alright, now for the enchanted bow. Should I go for... Let's see, for the bow, should I go for infinity or mending? And also, should I go crossbow or standard, like short bow? That's the question. Nice. Maybe I should move my computer. Like, my second screen for the stream itself is on my computer, and I keep like looking like way to the side just to glance at things like chat. And I realize I probably should have it up somewhere closer where I can actually see, and not be like, you know, looking way off to the side on camera. That looks obnoxious. Okay, let's continue. So we're gonna be enchanting the bow. So, controversial question: mending or infinity? That's the question. I don't really care. I actually like to use alternative arrows when I can, which means that I typically would have to go for mending, but I know that's typically a kind of controversial take. So I'm going to go infinity for everybody else's sake, so you don't have to carry around stacks and stacks of arrows, because it's kind of a pain. So we'll go infinity and unbreaking. What else do you need on this? Mending, of course. Let's see. Punch. Let's go... what's the other one? It's the, is it piercing? No, piercing is for the crossbow. Power 5. It's a power 5 bow. So we're going to go power 5, punch 2, mending, unbreaking, and infinity bow. Let's see. Flame. We'll also make it a flame bow. I think that's everything that you want on one of these. Cool. Oh, that's right. Duh. I can't do mending on infinity. Makes sense. Awesome. A single arrow, because that's all I need for infinity. And let's see, what else? We're going to go with, what are some other pieces of equipment, like in the new rules and the new stuff, that I'm not as familiar with? I know there's the mace. I've actually never really used, I haven't really used the mace to learn how to get good at it. So I know that's a thing. There's a trident, of course. So let's enchant those things up and see how they look. So the mace, let's see. Does the mace use a wind burst? Is that what uses a wind burst? I don't remember. Yeah, I think that's the one like you can basically use it to like throw yourself in the air or something like that in order to be able to come down on someone's head. Let's see. Smite, Silk Touch, Riptide. Oh, Riptide is for the trident. Unbreaking is for both. Mending is for both. All right, let's see. Density is for the mace. Channeling is for the trident. Breach is for the mace. Impaling might be for the trident. Loyalty is for a trident. I think that's it. And I'm gonna grab a second trident so we can do one of each. Which means I'll need more books, but that's fine. There we go. Then we'll go for one more round of the trident. Unbreaking, mending, impaling, perhaps channeling. Let's see. There's channeling again. All right, I think that'll be good. Unbreaking and mending, Riptide, and channeling can't go on Riptide. Got it. Okay. So, is this everything on the Riptide? What else am I missing? Unbreaking, mending, Riptide. I know there's other stuff. But I'm not sure what else to put on it. And finally, the mace. Alright, so we got the mace with all the stuff. Finally, the shield. And then I think we'll be all done with enchantments. We need a breaking and mending on the shield. I think that's all we can do. Let's see. The only other thing would be potentially templates. So I guess the question would be which templates to get. Oh, you know what? I actually lied about the enchantments. I still need to do Elytra. Unbreaking, Mending. We're going to do 2 sets of Elytra. Let's see. Unbreaking, Mending, and... What else is it? Isn't there something else? Unbreaking and Mending. That might be all we need on Elytra. Yeah. Let's see. Where's the Elytra? May as well search it. Alright, good. There's a shield. I don't remember how many of these you need. I think it's 2 stacks and 30 some for 1. So we'll go with enough for 2 each. So let's see. We need like a 3x3, a 4x4, a 5x5, and a 6x6. Is that right? So it's going to be 3x3 is 9, 4x4 is 16. And we got 5x5 is 25, 6x6 is 36. And then I think 7x7. I don't remember how many by how many. I think it actually goes up to 9, doesn't it? 7x7 is 49. 8x8 is 64. No, that can't be right. I don't remember. Either way, we'll go with a bunch of stacks, and we'll just call that good. You can always get more. There we go. We'll go with something like that. We'll go with a few stacks of emeralds too, just as backup, but also because that might come in handy if we do villager stuff. There we go. And finally, we'll use something else. What's other good ore to use? Let's go diamond. That way we have plenty to use for other stuff. Awesome. So this box is going to include basically a bunch of utility stuff. Other stuff like this. What's some other stuff that would make mining really easy? I know we've got our netherite tools and stuff. I've already got that stuff set up here. The next box is going to be all this other stuff, beacons and stuff like that. What's other utility adjacent sort of stuff we might want to have along with this? There we go. Let's see. I think that might be it. Yep, and then any additional iron we need in addition to that, we'll have to mine ourselves. Now I guess next would be, should I just do saplings or should I do actual wooden blocks? Like actual logs, or should I just do saplings? That way you can get as much of the specific things that you want. In other items, let's go with a brewing stand. Or maybe, no, not a stack of them. That's unnecessary. Let's go with 2 brewing stands and another wart. A bunch of stacks. And then let's see, what else? Brewing ingredients. Where do I find brewing stuff? Is that under here? No, but I do need stuff like these. The Eyes of Ender and things like that. Ender chest. Ah, here we go. Blaze powder. Fermented spider eyes. Glistering melons. Let's see. Sugar, dragon's breath, gunpowder. Actually, the gunpowder should probably just go into the rockets chest, honestly. That way we can farm a bunch more, and also we can use it to make TNT if we want. There we go. There we are. That's what we want. All right, so let's look at more, look for more brewing materials. I genuinely don't know which one this is on. Makes sense it was on this one, I think. Yep, there we go. Let's go for another stack of glistering melons, another stack of sugar, another stack of dragon's breath, and a stack of golden carrots, a stack of magma cream, a stack of gas tears, and that's probably all we need. Let's see, what else might we need for potion brewing? Oh, bottles, of course. As well as buckets of water. Gotta search a bottle. See if I can find, there we go, just a stack. All right, glass bottles. Now for other various utility things. Let's just kind of scroll through and see what we can see. Stuff like the spyglass, or the compass, or the brush, and like those kinds of things. Let's go with a stack of ender pearls, or 2, or 3, or 4. A stack of shulker shells, or 2. Let's see, what else? Water buckets, classic. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm doing pretty well. It's getting a little late, so I'm getting a little tired, but we're doing pretty good. What I'm doing is we're putting together a bunch of. We're in creative mode. We're putting together a bunch of boxes to be effectively starting up like a Christmas realm. Then I'm going to be running with some of my family, a couple of my brothers. So we're setting up a bunch of materials because we haven't played in a bunch of years. So we're just kind of going to be jumping into it for the season. So I'm just prepping a bunch of materials for us to start so we can just hit the ground running. So we got a bunch of pre-enchanted gear, basically maxed out. I'm getting just basically all the materials you might need for just gathering wherever you might need. From things like beacons to a bunch of brewing materials. We got a bunch of food and a bunch of rockets for moving around. So I'm just brainstorming right now what kind of items I might still need in order to set up these boxes to their fullest. I still have on my list, eventually we're going to make a redstone box as well. But that's currently, aside from just fleshing these out a bit more and then making a redstone box, I think that's everything. I've got one empty space in here that I need to figure out what to put in there. Maybe I need something like, what was it? The spyglass. The spyglass. maybe we'd go for that. This enchanting table. A lot of this stuff like cauldrons and bells and that's all like extra stuff you can get. I'll grab a lodestone. That's for sure helpful. Specifically a lodestone with a compass because that's what makes it a lodestone work. Let's see. I don't remember where the compass is. Compass is not in here. Not in there. Not in there. There it is. Okay. Yeah, hey Aaliyah, I see ya. What have you got going on? What's going on with you? Let's go with this. Let's add the water buckets. Let's actually add the water buckets to this one. I think that makes more sense. I'll take the bottles of enchanting and put those aside. Let's just do that. I think the water bucket. I'll just put one water bucket in there. I don't need two. That's a bit unnecessary. All right, grab one more stack of bottles of enchanting, or if there's any other kind of material that might be useful for making potions. Let's see. I've already got most of this. Maybe glowstone. Let's go with glowstone. Stack of glowstone. Yeah, that's good. There we go. That's pretty good. As for this, let's see. As for nice, like decent materials, oh, let's go for stacks of coal. Actually, that's going to be really useful. Making torches and all kinds of things. There we go. Check, check, and check. In fact, I should probably dye these different colors. Let's see. What are some colors? What color should I make the gearbox? Maybe your like your standard like all your mining gear and things. I typically make that a white box, so I'll make that white. Or no, is that normally white for me? Yeah. That's normally white. So let's do that. Let's make this. I need where is it? I need the crafting table. There we go. Oh, that's right. Oh, man, I'm in creative mode. Whew. Awesome. I think I only need 4 of these. Very nice. And now let's look for some more dyes. Let's have the beacon stuff be light blue because that's the color of a beacon. Awesome. Awesome. And then brewing stuff, let's make that like a purple color, I suppose. Let's see, maybe magenta. No, magenta is basically what it already is. Let's just go purple. Make it a little bit of a deeper color. There we go. Awesome. Food box. I think food normally is yellow in my book. Let's do that. Let's do yellow. And then rockets. I usually make rockets white as well. It's usually my kind of go-to for like utility items, but I'm going to make it red. There we go. In fact, maybe I'll make a few extras of these. There we go. 2 of those boxes each. Alright. The only thing we have left is redstone, which I suppose should actually also be red. But we'll see about that. Let's put together a redstone box. Let's go with first let's just grab all the materials we're gonna need, and then we'll decide how many of each thing we're gonna be doing. Dispensers, droppers, crafters, hoppers. It's actually kind of hard to make a redstone box like where you have a lot of stuff in there because there's just so many. Like you can't have many of any particular item. Wax copper chest. I actually don't quite know what the copper chests do. Does anybody know that? I think they specifically work with a copper golem. I think that the golem has to like interact with it in some way, but I'm not really familiar with the mechanics of the golem. So if anybody knows that, that would be helpful. So I know kind of what's necessary to put in these boxes. So a stack of slime, a stack of honey. Let's see, daylight? No, not daylight. We'll need skulk stuff though. That's for sure. Maybe not the shrieker, but we definitely going to need the sensor and the calibrated sensor. Wool. Well, no, not wool. We already talked about that earlier. Let's go for lecterns, perhaps. Let's see. Jukeboxes. Oh, observers, obviously. Mine carts. Redstone lamps. Copper bulbs. Those are fun. Okay, so this one's going to be redstone. Dropper, dispenser, observer, comparator, repeater, redstone lamp, skulk stuff, and crafter. Let's go both pistons, slime and honey, hopper, target, and rails. That's good stuff. What's the other necessary redstone components for a redstone box? I know we got stuff like pressure plates and buttons. We can make those, like we can craft those without an issue. What I'm trying to grab is specifically the stuff that's kind of difficult to craft, or not kind of difficult, but at least the stuff that's kind of a pain to craft. I just want a good collection of stuff. I'm gonna have to grab a bunch more redstone blocks, so we'll do that in the meantime here. But like, what I want is to give us a really, really solid starter stack of stuff, a box full of stuff. And then from that is where we'll start to, extrapolate upon other things. I think this is a pretty good selection. Dropper versus dispenser, I don't know about the differences or what, like if anybody cares about the differences between those. But, here we are. Okay, so let's make the redstone box red, and the food box will have to be something else. Maybe we make the food box black, or no, we make the food box white, and we make the actual gearbox black. That feels right to me. There we go. Let's make the fireworks box white. There we go. And the gearbox black. What happened to me? Did I accidentally just get rid of my redstone box? Oh, that would suck. I think I just tossed my redstone box. Yeah, let's redo that real quick. It won't take too long. Let's go with actually 2 stacks repeaters now that I think about it. Let's go with a stack of redstone torches because I forgot those last time. Make sure we get targets, a stack of comparators. We'll go with calibrated and regular skulk sensors. We're gonna have to go with lecterns for setting the skulk sensors. Let's go with a stack of crafters, even though I don't know how to make or how to use them. Dispensers and droppers, a stack of each. Stack of each piston, maybe 2 stacks of regular pistons, a stack of slime blocks, a stack of honey blocks. We're running out of room, so let's go with a stack of observers. And what's the last thing? Maybe a stack of hoppers. Did I already get hoppers? I didn't. Okay, so we'll go with those. We're gonna skip the extra stack of pistons because I think that's unnecessary. All we need is a stack of something else. Maybe note blocks, perhaps those. Maybe a stack of redstone lamps. Let's do those. Yeah, that's something I don't have yet. There we go. And now we'll go for shulker. Let me search. Which color are we going for this? Yeah, red. We're going red. There we go. And get rid of this one. There we go. And now we have our redstone box. We're going to toss that over here. And now I think we might have all the starter gear we're going to need in order to start like a proper like holiday server where everybody's going to have everything they need to start from day one, but it's not all their building materials, and it's a starter set. Stuff like this redstone is only going to be like one stack of a lot of these items, a ton of basic redstone, but of the actual components, only about one stack of each, aside from repeaters and redstone itself. And that should carry into whatever project that we might start. We'll know what we need, and then we can go figure it out. We can find it using all of the other gear that we've been given, such as all of the brewing stuff, all of the beacon and riches stuff, all of the top tier gear, all the food, and all the rockets. I think that's everything we need to start. I definitely hit everything on our list. Our list was a box of food, box of rockets, box of redstone, and box of tools and gear. So I think that's everything. If there's anything I missed, make sure to let me know. And we will, I think this is a good place to start. I think next time I'm on, I'll make sure to continue working on this glass. I'm going to try to get it all decorated up as much as I want, to the point that I want it, and it's going to look good. And then from there, we'll begin actually decorating this place out, make this actually feel like a hub. Maybe start making a couple of pathways going off different directions. Maybe we'll make some archways. I'm not sure what. There's probably my guess is probably 2 streams or so worth of work here to do in order to fully flesh this place out and make it feel like an actual hub for the game to begin. But I think this is everything from all these boxes and everything we did today. I think this is everything that I'm prepared to do today. I'm kind of running out of ideas, and I'm kind of running out of steam as well. So I'm hoping to be back here soon. I'm not entirely sure when, simply because the whole streaming thing is again not brand new, but like I haven't really streamed regularly for like a couple of years. So I'm hoping to get back into it. I'm not sure what a regular schedule will look like yet, but I'm just going to try and find a block of time, a couple days a week, and start doing it and kind of figure out what kind of schedule looks and feels good for me. But anyway, yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. This has been me, and this has been, Twitch. So thanks so much. I appreciate you guys. Anybody who dropped a follow or who is here for a bit, thanks so much for coming by, and I hope to see you next time. So have a good night. Bye-bye.